Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the 9 p.m. news telecast of the prestigious channel of Sri Lanka. I'm Sharita Minupurarachi.
And I'm Kasari Balachandra Adhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
A meeting between General Secretary of the Vietnamese Communist Party and the President. Organized criminal Lokupati who fled to Belarus was brought back to Sri Lanka. Those who have not yet received polling cards could obtain them from post offices. Propaganda activities of the local government election ends. Japanese Defence Minister meets Sri Lankan Prime Minister. Pakistan test fires ballistic missile as relations with India worsen further.
And we move on to those and other stories in detail. In your top story tonight, President Anukumar Dissanayake, who is currently engaged in a state visit in Vietnam, has met General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, Tho Lam, at the party's Central Committee headquarters in Hanoi. President Anukumar Dissanayake, who left the island last evening, has arrived at the Noi Bai International Airport this morning. Upon his arrival, President Dissanayake and his delegation were accorded a warm welcome by member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam and Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Nguyen Bang Chuang and a group of diplomats. The welcome ceremony was also attended by Vietnamese ambassador to Sri Lanka and Sri Lankan ambassador to Vietnam. The meeting was between President Anukumar Dissanayake and the General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, Tho Lam, at the party's Central Committee headquarters in Hanoi. The meeting has delved in depth on the need to further strengthen 55 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Minister Vijitha Herath has also participated in the discussion. Official talks between the Sri Lankan President with the Vietnamese President as well as the Prime Minister are scheduled to be conducted tomorrow. President Anukumar Dissanayake will participate as the chief guest at the United Nations Day of Vesak celebrations in Vietnam, where he will deliver the keynote address. Several memoranda of understanding and agreements are expected to be signed during the visit, and discussions will be held with the Vietnamese business community. The visiting president also visited one of the largest viharas in South Asia, the Bahayan Vihara in Vietnam, this afternoon. The bhikkhus have extended blessings to the president by chanting Seth Pirit. A sapling of the sacred Jai Mahasri Bodhi in Anuradhapura was planted in the temple premises in 2023. A protective fence constructed around the sacred Bodhi under the technical guidance of Sri Lankan Cultural Fund was declared open by President. President Anukumar Dissanayake has appointed acting ministers for 4 ministries while he is away on an official visit to Vietnam. Deputy ministers of these ministries have been appointed as acting ministers that come under the purview of the President and Minister Vijitha Herath.
And meanwhile, criminal of organized crimes Lattu Handi Sujiva Ruwankumara de Silva alias Lokupati has been taken to Crimes Division Western Province South Range after being extradited to the island from Belarus this morning, when a statement was recorded for him by the officials of the Criminal Investigation Department at the Katunayake Airport. Lokupati was taken into custody recently in Belarus, and a team of CID under the leadership of Assistant Superintendent of Police had visited the country in order to bring back into the island. The suspect was taken to the Dubai International Airport from Belarus and from 3 to Sri Lanka by a flight of Fly Dubai airline around 7:43 am. This morning, the suspect faced a number of allegations where court cases are also in progress in the assassination of Surendra Vasantha Pereira, area's Club Vasantha, and 2 others, having heroin narcotic in his possession and operating a large number of crimes staying abroad. Court cases are being conducted against him pertaining to having his possession 23 grams of heroin at Valipana Police Division on the 21st of May 2016, assassination and aiding and abetting to cause serious injuries in a firing conducted at Piliandala Police Division on the 9th of May 2017, having in possession 299 grams of heroin on the 15th of June 2017, and possessing a locally manufactured revolver and live hand grenade and manufacturing in a foreign country at Valipana Police Division on the 8th of October 2021. Among the crimes conducted by the suspect while being abroad include causing injuries by firing 2 persons at Ahongala Police Division on the 24th of August 2022, assassinating a person by shooting at Ahongala Police Division on the 23rd of September 2022. He is also facing allegation and is also under judicial action for assassinating a person in a shooting conducted at Ahongala Police Division using a T-56 firearm on the 12th of October same year. Taken into custody of a suspect along with a firearm who was approaching to assassinate a fish businessman at the Ambalangura Police Division on the 18th of January 2024 and assassinating 2 persons of injuring another 4 in a shooting out at a T-56 firearm at Athurugiria Police Division on the 8th of July same year. He has been able to take into custody due to the special program being conducted by Sri Lanka Police in order to organize and curb the organized criminal gangs in the country.
$10.7,056,338 voters have become eligible to vote at the upcoming local government election. The poll will be conducted at 13,759 centres throughout the island on the 6th of this month. The number of recognised postal votes at the local government election is 648,494. The elections will be conducted for 339 local government bodies, excluding the Kalmune Urban Council and the Alpitia Pradesha Sabha. Polling will be taking place in 28 municipal councils, 36 urban councils and 275 Pradesha Sabhas. The number of local government polling divisions amounts to 4,877 in the 25 administrative districts. Counting of votes will be conducted in 5,783 centres. 49 political parties and 257 independent groups have submitted nominations, and the total number of candidates of this election is 75,589. Out of this number, 8,287 members will be elected. Election propaganda pertaining to the local government election has ended midnight yesterday. Accordingly, the election officers and propaganda activities at various locations of the political parties and independent groups were removed. The Commissioner General of Elections, Sri Ratnayaka, says voters who have not yet received their official polling cards could receive them at their respective post offices. The Commissioner states that by now distribution of official polling cards has been concluded. The Commissioner General of Elections, Sri Ratnayaka, said that those who have not yet received their polling cards due to any reason could obtain from the relevant post office. The post offices remain open on the election day as well to facilitate the provision of polling cards. Even those who do not have a polling card could go to the polling centre and vote. Chairman of the Election Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that employees in the state sector are eligible to have a minimum of 2-hour leave for voting. It is the responsibility of the head of the relevant state institution to determine the duration of the leave according to the distance of the polling centre. For the private sector workers, if the distance to the polling centre is 40 kilometres or less, they are entitled to a half-day leave. For those private sector employees having a distance between 40 to 100 kilometres or more to the polling centre, they are entitled to a one-day leave. Employees with a distance of 100 to 150 kilometres to the polling centre are entitled to a leave of 1.5 days. If the distance to the polling centre is above 150 kilometres, such employees should be given a leave of 2 days.
The executive director of the Peripheral Organization, Rohan says that a positive change is being conducted in the political culture of this country at present. He expressed these views joining a media briefing held in connection with the forthcoming local government elections. The executive director of Peripheral Organization, Rohan said that from the 17th of March, the day of nomination for the local government elections, until now 551 complaints have been received to the Peripheral Organization regarding violation of election rules and regulations. Somehow this is not being viewed as a serious situation in an election where 75,589 candidates are contesting. No special observation institution will be joining in these local government elections, since foreign observation organizations participate only in the main elections, as in the presidential election and the general election. It is also expected that the election observation organizations participating in the local government elections has the ability to conduct them at a reasonable range. It has also been observed that a positive political cultural change is happening gradually in Sri Lanka. The executive director also hopes that free and fair elections will be able to be conducted this year as well.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that the policy of the present government is to provide permanent solutions to people's problems. She made these remarks addressing people's rallies yesterday. Several public meetings have been organised centering on the Kaduwela and the Hivala Mount Lavinia municipal councils with the objective of consolidating the victories of National People's Party candidates contesting these municipal councils. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said in Navagamua that the government is not ready to give way to ragging. The police have been instructed to investigate such incidents and to extend maximum punishments to the culprits. The government has ordered the University Grants Commission to conduct systematic investigations in this regard. Ragging could be controlled, but in order to instill mental health and restfulness, the qualities such as resilience, acceptance, compassion and love should be inculcated in society. A leadership that reflects such qualities in society is necessary. The Premier said in Dehiwala that Sri Lanka needs to become a country of taxpayers. That means if paying taxes is a service, then people should become willing to fulfill this objective. An advice that could be extended to businessmen is that they could earn as much as possible, but they should pay their share of the tax. The government not only extends services for entrepreneurs to conduct their activities, but also provides the necessary workforce. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said in Malabay that the government was able to create the necessary political change. What is needed at present is to train the government officials to work in the new political culture and also to rebuild the fallen institutions. These places should be turned into workforces. The Prime Minister said in Athragiriya that the government has presented a group which could stand on the side of people and to resolve their problems. The group has the necessary commitment to do so under the NPP leadership. A bondage between the people and the political leaders is necessary for the appropriate implementation of democracy. It was due to the fact that people remaining with the government that made it possible of the conducting of a big May Day rally.
විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවා. ඒ විශ්වාසය බැඳීම අපි අතර තියෙන නිසා තමයි ඔබ මෙතන ඉන්නේ. අච්චර විශාල මැයි රැලියක් අපිට සාර්ථකව කරගන්න පුළුවන් වුණේ.
The final public meeting of the series of public rallies organised by the NPP targeting the local government election was held in Telavala in Murutua last night. Minister Harshan Nanakara and candidates of the NPP contesting the Murutua Municipal Council have also attended the meeting. Prime Minister Dr. Hana Amrisuriya said that the people have given a mandate to the NPP in order to change the country and to direct in a novel direction. When the political authority was set up on the national level, a regional level leadership that is compatible with this authority needs to be created. NPP should be recognized as an institutional structure in the regional level. It is necessary to allocate tax money of the general public for their benefit.
Samagi Chanabalavege held another public meeting yesterday at Mattakulia under the leadership of the leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa. The meeting has been organized to consolidate the success of candidates contesting from Samagi Chanabalavege Colombo Municipal Council in the local government elections. Leader of the opposition Sajith Premadasa said that Samagi Chanabalavege will provide by the people through municipal councils and local councils for the excellent and clean service expected by them. He requested that people to make SJP victorious in order to start a new journey to develop the country by developing villages in the huge transformative era. The party is ready to initiate people-friendly, people-oriented municipal council which will work for the welfare of the masses.
Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana held a rally in Jayala yesterday under the leadership of the national organizer of the party, Nama Rajapaksa. The aim of the rally was to ensure the victory of candidates contesting from SLPP for the Jayala Municipal Council. The national organizer of the party, Nama Rajapaksa, said that Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana constructed expressways connecting Colombo Harbour and Hambantota Harbour since the party has a clear-cut plan for the country. Expressways were also constructed joining Katunayake Airport and Makkal International Airport. The SLPP government has also had a plan to take expressways from Hambantota to Batiklo and Trincomalee and also to construct expressways from Kunagala to Dambulla, Kandy to Kalpitia and Mana. He added that since not much time is left for the local government elections, steps have to be taken to ensure the victory of the party with the help of party supporters.
Minister of Transport Bimal Ratnayaka says that certain groups are attempting to obstruct the activities of the present government which was elected through the people's mandate. He further points out that such groups would unable to fulfill their objectives. The minister made these remarks at an inspection tour at the Godakavela depot yesterday. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka has looked into the shortcomings at the Godakavela depot on the Sri Lanka Transport Board and instructed the relevant officials to immediately resolve them. He has instructed and stressed that the present government is dedicated to rebuild the Sri Lanka Transport Board. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka said that the biggest challenge faced by the government at present is the large number of employees. There are only 7,000 buses. Out of the number, only 4,200 to 4,300 remain in running condition. This is the pathetic state of events being witnessed as a result of the destructive policy of administration for a period between 10 to 15 years by the previous political leadership and including the activities of heads of corporations. Around 3,000 buses are in a state of not being able to deploy for service. The present NPP government working for the underprivileged masses are utilizing the service of both the government and private sector to resurrect the Sri Lanka Transport Board. There is no mercy for those who work against the mandate of the people and also against the strength of the workers.
A ceremony to commemorate the Vesak festival was held at the Sri Lanka Mahavihara in South Korea throughout the day today. The Sadham Amavasya program organised by the Korea Sri Lanka Mahavihara in connection with the Vesak festival got underway today with the participation of a large crowd. The religious programs were conducted by Venerable Galigamu Jnanadipatera. All programs were conducted under the direction of Chief Sanganaik of South Korea and the Korea Sri Lanka Mahavihara as well as the chief incumbent of the Choledo Mahavihara, Venerable Talgamue Dhammakirti Thera. Other features of the program included Vesak lantern displays, Bhakti Gita concert and a dansala.
And meanwhile, Deputy Minister Hansika Vijayamuni says that it is commendable that all health professionals in the country are in total understanding with different professions. The Deputy Minister made these observations at a discussion held at the Ministry of Health and Mass Media recently. The discussions was held at the representatives of trade unions of all Ceylon Ayurveda the Nursing Services Association. The Deputy Minister pointed out that an efficient health service without protest can be maintained with mutual understanding and by providing immediate solutions to the problems faced by health professionals. The discussions were joined by the officials of Ministry of Health and Mass Media along with a group of others.
And here's more local news items in brief. Japanese Defense Minister Gen Nakatani met the Prime Minister Dr. Hanyamru Surya today at the Temple Trees. Further strengthening of defense sector and regional security were focused during the meeting. The Japanese ambassador in Sri Lanka, Akio Isumoto, was also present on this occasion. A person has died and another was injured in a shooting which occurred last night at Tambahitia in Mitiagoda. According to police, 2 persons who came in a motorcycle conducted the shooting and left the scene. Investigations are on in search of suspects. 6 persons who had gone to the Murudanveli bathing spot of Kalawaya have been swept away by the current. 1 person died in this incident and another person is reported to be missing. A group of persons of Vellamundalam in Kalpitia who had gone there for bathing faced this unexpected accident. The driver of a lorry transporting vegetables to Kapitipola Special Economic Centre received minor injuries when the lorry met with an accident in Nugatalava, Valimara this morning. According to our correspondent, the lorry has skidded off the road and had collided with a stationary cab and again crashed onto a wall of a nearby house. It has been reported that 3 wild elephants had visited Lianagahavela area in Bandaravela for the first time. Steps were taken to drive away the elephants to Balavelavatta area by the officials of Ravanayala Wildlife Office. According to reports, wild elephants from national parks located around the area have come into villages with the end of the harvesting season in Polonnaru district. According to our correspondent, these jumbos are arriving from Kaudulla, Minneria, Somavatiya, Vaskamua, Madroya and Giritale reserves. The convocation ceremony of Atamastana Adipati Venerable Dr. Pallegama Hemaratnathera was awarded an honorary doctorate from the Varanasi University in Saranath in India and was held yesterday afternoon at the PMICH in Colombo. The Vice-Chancellor of Saranath Varanasi University also attended this occasion. Parallel to this event, several books were also released.
World Intellectual Property Conference based upon songs and music was held in Colombo. The event, which was conducted in collaboration with the World Intellectual Property Organization, was held at the Golf Face Hotel yesterday. Leading Sri Lankan composers and musicians with music publishers has discussed in depth on legal and ethical issues relating to the field. Representatives of India Performing Rights Society Limited, India Music Owners and Publishers Association, the International Confederation of Societies of Authors and Composers, World Intellectual Property Organization and National Intellectual Property Office of Sri Lanka were present at this event. And although the Sinhala and Hindu New Year season has ended, New Year festivals are still in progress in various New Year festivals under different themes are still being organized, bringing together everyone and furthering unity among them. A Bakmaha Ulala New Year festival was held at the Torrington grounds yesterday, organised by the Welfare Association of the Ministry of Public Administration and Local Government. The function, which was held under the leadership of Minister AHMH Abhay was participated by a large number of people, including administrative officials. It included a host of recreationary and folk games. Parallel to these, a friendly cricket tournament was organised among the staff officers of the ministry. The cultural festival of Mahena Gambad held recently at the Mahena Vihare premises. The festival was organized by the residents of the area and Dharma Vidyalaya Mahena under the guidance of Chief Prelate Venerable Godahene Dhammaratana Thera. The patrons of Syracuse Buddhist Vihare, Italy, has also organized a New Year festival named Syracuse Sun Festival 2025. A large number of folk games were included in the New Year festival, which was held under the guidance of the Chief Prelate Venerable Atrabhage Gunananda Thera. Stay tuned with international news after this break.
Dengue, 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 dengue. Dengue, 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 dengue. Dengue, 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 dengue. Dengue, 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 dengue. A total commitment by everybody, every day, will help control dengue. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back with international stories. In Pakistan test fires ballistic missiles as relations with India worsen further.
The Pakistani military said the launch was aimed at ensuring the operational readiness of troops and validating key technical parameters. Pakistan test-fired a ballistic missile on Saturday amid escalating tensions with India following last week's deadly attack on tourists in the disputed Kashmir region. According to the Pakistani military, the surface-to-surface missile has a range of 450 kilometers. The launch of the Abdali weapon system was initiated to ensure the operational readiness of troops and validating key technical parameters, including the missile's advanced navigation system and enhanced maneuverability, as per the Pakistani military.
Welcome back, and moving to a sports update. Sri Lanka won by 3 wickets in the match against India played at R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo today.
The two teams are competing in a triangular one-day women's cricket tournament, and Sri Lanka has won a one-day match against India since 2018. The Indian team batting first has scored 275 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in 50 overs. The highest scorer was Richa Ghoshi, who scored 58 runs. The other leading scorers were Jamaya Rodriguez, who hit 37, and Pratika Raval, who scored 35. Sugandhika Kumari and Chamarya Tapattu took 3 wickets each for the Sri Lankan team. Sri Lankan batters scored 278 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 49 overs and 1 delivery. This was the second highest score recorded by Sri Lanka women's team in a one-day tournament history by chasing a victory target. Nilakshika De Silva and Harshita Samaravikrama have scored 56 and 53 runs respectively for the Sri Lankan team. Kavisha Dilhari has scored 35 runs. Sri Lanka's next match in the tournament will be against the South African team, and the match is scheduled to be played on the 9th of this month.
And from cricket to rugby, the New Zealand under 85 kg category rugby team won the match played with Sri Lanka rugby team today. The match was played at Nithawela grounds in Kandy. The match commenced at 4 p.m. today with a large number of fans attending to witness the game. A special feature was the display of the traditional haka dance by the New Zealand rugby team from the start of the match. That New Zealand posed a strong challenge to Sri Lanka team by scoring 26 points in the first half. Sri Lanka were only able to score 7 points in the first half. In the second half, New Zealand added another 24 points, whereas Sri Lanka was able to score only 3 points. Accordingly, New Zealand won the match 50 points to 10, and New Zealand scored their points through 5 goals and 3 ties. The next match between the two teams will be played on the 10th of this month at the Race Cruise grounds in Colombo.
The Men's Championship Trophy in the Super A group of the All Ceylon Schools Under-17 Badminton Tournament has been secured by Ananda College, Colombo. The Women's Championship Trophy of the same group in the tournament was won by Muses College, Colombo. The tournament was conducted at the Bandaravilla St. Thomas's College Indoor Stadium. Runners-up in the Super A Group men's tournament were Dharmaraja College, Kandy, while the women's runners-up trophy was taken over by Anla Vidyalaya, Nugegoda. St. Peter's College, Bambalapitiya has won the men's trophy in the A Group. Runners-up in this group of the women's tournament were Sirimavo Balika Vidyalaya in Colombo, and in the B Group, the men's and women's champions were St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia, and Kularatna Vidyalaya in Nampalangoda, respectively. Vidura College, Colombo, and St. Richard's Convent in Colombo have won the men's and women's trophy in the C grade, respectively.
And with that, we conclude tonight's news. Join us tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Charita, signing with Kasani. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.